Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Today we have many wonderful announcements. First and foremost, it gives me immense pride and happiness to announce that our fellow Meconians and their achievements at the Division C contest, Toastmaster Raja won first place in the humorous speech contest. Toastmaster Ujwal won second place in the evaluation contest. And Toastmaster Jyoti won the third place in the international speech contest. Let's all give them another round of applause for their wonderful effort and for their continuous effort and making our club and our members proud. Next, that's not all. In the division contest, we were recognized by the division, our club, with the Distinguished Club Laureate Award, which is a very prestigious award. It shows that in various departments we have a high standard in the overall club experience. So it is a very prestigious award for our club.
What was the criteria?
Multiple criteria, sir.
Helps if you read out.
So,
because all three awards have been given to Mecca.
No, sir.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Like that. Oh, yeah. So it says that when your club consistently performs at a high standard across multiple areas, not just one, it recognizes a club that sets a benchmark for excellence and impact. So it includes strong membership growth, members completing pathways and goals, actively participating in contests and events, well-managed meetings and leadership roles, overall contribution to the Toastmasters community.
How many clubs were given that?
And
Did you attend?
she did not.
Because finally what happens, just to not to think, sometimes they give it to everybody and we think we are all very prestigious. So I just wanted to know how in case... No, I have seen that. How many, those who attended will give an...
Only 3 clubs got it.
3 clubs. That's all that is required to see. Because I have seen any number of people getting awards for something or other. So in that process, the speciality of our club's performance gets lost. So to that extent, we should know why and how we got it.
How many clubs got? 3.
Only 3 clubs from the division C.
Because I have years and years I have attended. Finally, they make it a point to dilute it, to encourage big clubs. But if it's a special one, we should know why.
So this is a special one, and also we completed the Specially Distinguished Award, right? We got that 10 points we have completed. So that will also play a big role. And also we were awarded with the Fast and Fabulous 5 award. This is regarding renewal, membership renewals. And our fellow Meconian, at least till the last month, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra won this award called the Pathway Trailblazer Award for successfully completing the pathway.
Anybody completing pathway also gets award?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Is it like that?
No, the thing is, when our area director and Prakruti contacted me, I gave the name. So it depends if that communication happened or not.
I told them no, because we are the data. She first asked me, she had the data because she was the VP. So when I finished, I did not get it. No.
This
Did
was
you
when
finish in the
Shreya was
current
the
year?
Last year.
That is the difference. It is about current year.
Current year, and Shreya was the VP, not me. Then Toastmaster Vijay Upendra completed the pathway.
Only in this term he did.
This term, yes. This term. Technically this term.
So anybody completing a pathway,
They'll also get it. So yeah, if someone who's in contact with him can give this
yeah, we will
award.
call him. We will call.
Yes.
He's still a member, right?
He is not a member, we will call it and call it. Otherwise keeping this is difficult.
Yes.
No, true. Rahul Gandhi had not picked up his level 1 certificate. I said you take it, otherwise it will be lost somewhere in the journey.
Yes. So let's all give a huge round of applause for all the achievers and for our club members. Consistent effort. Next, coming to the BP report for the upcoming meeting. Since our BP Toastmaster Shreyas is not here, I am going to read it out. For the next meeting, which is happening on 4th of May, the MC slot has been booked by Toastmaster Latha. 3 speech slots have been booked, one by Toastmaster Aparna, Toastmaster Shreyas and Toastmaster Sumukh. All the roles are open. Rest of the roles, please contact our VP Toastmaster Shreya at the earliest to book the roles. Thank you. Now I request the Sergeant Toastmaster Darshan to take over.
Before we start, I request you all to put your phones on silent mode. Today at 1 p.m. I got a message from our main sergeant. No, I won't be able to come today. Can you take up that role? He didn't say sorry for informing you today. I didn't say thank you for the opportunity. I just said okay and I'm here today. Fellow Toastmasters, we live in a world where billion-dollar companies and powerful people make many mistakes, but we have rarely seen them say sorry. You order something from online. Sometimes your order gets delayed, so you contact them regarding your order. They don't say, sorry we are late. Instead they say, thank you for your time, thank you for your patience, we appreciate your time. But if you look closely, they don't take the blame. They change their words, and somehow it changes how we feel. That made me think, do these two words, sorry and thank you, really affect our human behavior? Researchers in a university did a simple experiment. They divided two groups of people and did the same experiment with different people. Group 1 used only sorry. They didn't say any other word. Sorry I am late. Sorry to bother you. Sorry for your time. Sorry for disturbing you. And something surprising happened. People became less obedient. The conversations became shorter. The help was minimal. In group 2, they used thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your help. Same situations but different words. Here, people were more open. People were more willing to help. People were more comfortable. We think thank you is a small thing, but it is something enormous to other people. Now let's bring this to real life scenario. Imagine a couple arguing. The man keeps saying, I am sorry, what do you want me to do? But the other party, the girl, her anger keeps on increasing. The situation doesn't become calm. Now imagine instead, he said, thank you for telling me how you feel. Thank you for being honest. I will try to work on it. And suddenly everything changes. Because now she feels like she is being heard. She is being valued. The problem may still exist, but the tension comes down. Sorry is about taking responsibility for your mistakes, and thank you is to make sure that people are recognized and to ensure they matter. And with that thought, I would like to introduce someone who holds a BCom and Interior Design degree from SBMJC. She is a passionate sports enthusiast who loves playing badminton and table tennis, and her day is not complete without a good workout. She is a Triple Crown winner and has successfully completed youth leadership program. So please join me in warmly welcoming our President, Toastmaster Apoorva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan, for that wonderful introduction. Since I don't see any guests in the room, I request our secretary to read out the minutes of the meeting number 1364.
Namaste fellow Toastmasters. Here is the minutes of the meeting number 1364 held on 21st of April 2026. The theme was analysis paralysis and the word of the week was nuisance. The business session started at 6:20 p.m. and was chaired by the President Toastmaster Apoorva. In the business session, the following points were addressed. Division contest is held the following week on 26th of April, and the following members will be representing the club. Toastmaster Jyoti Rao at ISC International Speech Contest, Toastmaster Raja Prasad at Humorous Speech Contest, Toastmaster Ujwal at Evaluation Contest. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Sachin started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Apoorva. The President opened the meeting and spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Darshan. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Adishwar, Accounter Toastmaster Deepa, TP Evaluator Toastmaster Chakravarty M, Grammarian Toastmaster Latha. The following speakers delivered their prepared speeches. Speaker Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta in the path Engaging Humor in the project Level 3 Project 1, evaluated by Toastmaster Shreyas. Toastmaster Jyoti Rao in the path Innovative Planning Level 3 Project 2, evaluated by Toastmaster Ujwal. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Shreedevi and had the following speakers. Toastmaster Sumukhe Bhupalam, Toastmaster Lalana Murthy, Toastmaster Chakravarty M, Toastmaster Chetan Bhat, Distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa GS, Toastmaster Ratnakar, Distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat, Toastmaster Deepa and Toastmaster Adishwar. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Latha, and the winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Jyoti Rao, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Ujwal, Best Table Topic Speaker Distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara, Best Role Taker TAPG Toastmaster Adishwar, Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Darshan. The President closed the meeting at 8:17 p.m. followed by the national anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. Are there any amendments proposed? If not, I accept MOM of meeting number 1364 and open meeting number 1365. It was a regular Saturday afternoon. I was busy in the kitchen. My son Abyan was playing in the living area. My in-laws were also in the same space. All of a sudden, there's this commotion. Well, what happened is, my 6-year-old, who's always jumping, running and playing, accidentally hurt his grandfather. Before anybody could react, respond or say anything, he declared, "I didn't do anything on purpose. I was running, I slipped there. That is why I hurt you." Yet his grandfather was not convinced. He was still upset and irritated. That's where his grandmother goes, "Abyan, say sorry to your tata." Little Abyan was very clear in his mind, goes, "I already told you. I didn't do anything on purpose. I slipped. That is why the bat touched Tata. Yesterday, when Tata hit me with the ball, it hurt me. Did he say sorry? Today, I didn't even make a mistake. Why should I say sorry?" All of a sudden, there's this complete silence, pin drop silence. They were shocked with the reply that the 6-year-old boy gave. After a few minutes, his grandmother goes, "Abyan, your Tata is elder to you, so you won't say sorry, but you are younger to him, so you should say sorry." My little boy was not convinced with the argument. He simply refused and walked away. I listened to all this conversation quietly in the kitchen. Surprisingly, I actually felt this argument was kind of right. From that day onwards, I became conscious. I made a shift. I changed myself. From that day onwards, every time I made a mistake, irrespective of how big or small it is, I started telling sorry to Abyan. Because sorry is not about who's old or who's young. It is about who is wiser. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been brought up with this mindset that by saying sorry, we become too small and hence we put our ego in front of it. But in reality, sorry is not about accepting defeat. It is about taking the right side, choosing love over your ego. This incident made me realize that parenting teaches you many lessons on a daily basis. You just need to pause and observe. Every little line, or every word, or every question he throws at me, or every reaction he shows to me is so surprising and it amazes me. Like the other day, when I asked him for a glass of water, and he gives it to me and he gives the glass of water to me. And I say, "Thank you, Abhiyan." His face lights up and gives a big smile and says, "Amma, why do you keep saying thank you again and again?" I ask him, "Why shouldn't I?" That's when he leans forward and says, "Amma, shall I tell you a secret? Every time you say thank you, I feel happy. I feel that I did something important." He hugged me tightly and ran away. This little moment is something I will cherish forever. This incident made me realize that by saying thank you is not just about good manners. It is about validation. You're showing the opposite person that you are valued, you are seen, the efforts you put in is appreciated. From that day onwards, I started telling thank you more often. Because gratitude is something which is very magical that can transform simple life moments into meaningful ones. So, fellow Toastmasters, let's not wait for big moments. Let's keep our ego aside and say sorry when we are wrong. Let's appreciate people around us and the efforts they put in by saying thank you more often. Because it's the simplest of words that leaves a deepest impression. Now, to speak more on the theme, I would like to call upon someone who has this biggest smile on her face. She is someone who doesn't think twice before showing gratitude. She has completed her mechanical engineering and is now currently working as the VP in Fidelity's Corp. Outside her professional life, she practices yoga, she does meditation, loves traveling, and enjoys reading books. A perfect blend of energy and calm, just like her. With a huge round of applause, please welcome the Toastmaster of the day, the ever calm and cheerful Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, President, for the wonderful introduction. And today's theme, I was thinking, I really like these three words. One is the power of, actually I made it the power of three words. One is sorry, and the other one is thank you, and one more is I love you. So then, I know I was thinking of our PPE, and then I cut down one last word, I love you, and then I made it the power of two words. Let me start with a simple question. How many times in a day do we say thank you? How many times do we hesitate to say sorry even we know we should? Today, let me talk about very simple, something very rare. Two words, that is the power of two words, sorry and thank you. These two words we learned as a children, but often we forgot as an adult. Why? Because sorry challenges our ego, and thank you, it required that gratitude and that awareness to tell thank you. In my own personal experience, I have realized something important. When I say sorry sincerely, I grow as a person. And when I say thank you genuinely, I build that relationship very strongly. This is not just emotional, it is also psychological. thank you makes us feel happier and connected. And sorry, it reduces our tension and builds that understanding. They are simple words but yet powerful tools, and that makes us better communicators and also better human beings in the society. Because communication is not just about words, it's about connecting, and it's about how we make people feel. This belief was held by one person. He is none other than Ralph C. Smedley, who thought communication is a skill which can be learned and mastered. With that vision, he founded first International Toastmaster Club in 1924 at Santa Ana, California. Even after 100 years, today we have more than 250,000 members across 143 plus countries and more than 16,800 clubs worldwide. And our own Meccan Communication Club was founded in 1999. And we are very fortunate to have our founders with us, DTM A K Prabhakara and DTM MU Bhat. A big round of applause to them. Before we move ahead, let's make this meeting little fun. Here is a small challenge. Pay attention to how many times we say sorry and thank you throughout our meeting. Whoever gets closest answer, I'll give you a surprise gift at the end of the meeting. Alright?
Yes.
Okay, great. So our typical session starts, it's divided into 3 segments. One is prepared speeches, and second one table topics, and third one general evaluation. I no need to explain since there are no guests in the room. Okay, before we start our first session, I would like to call out, okay, before we begin our prepared speeches, let's remember every speech is a gift. So let's listen with attention and appreciate with genuine thank you. Before I invite the first speaker, I request Toastmaster Shreedevi to read out the project guidelines.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, to support our meeting, we have very important roles. That is our auxiliary role players. As I call your names, kindly stand wherever you are and explain about your role. To start with, timer Toastmaster Adishwar.
Fellow Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. The scariest thing about time is not that it flies, is that it never returns. As a timer for today, my role is to keep track on the time taken by each speaker. For the prepared speakers, time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, and red at 7. For the table topic session, each speaker has 2 minutes to speak. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card, 1.5 yellow, and red at 2. And for the evaluation, time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green at 2, 2.5 yellow, and red at 3 minutes. I shall give my report at the general election. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adishwar. Now, our counter, Toastmaster Sumukh. Okay,
Shreyas.
yeah. Our counter, Toastmaster Shreyas.
I am the accountant for today. My role is to listen carefully to all speakers and note any filler words such as like, and repeated words or unnecessary sounds. And at the end of the meeting, I will give my report.
And now we have Grammarian Toastmaster Dharmender.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Grammar is the foundation of clear, effective communication, ensuring messages are understood as intended by eliminating ambiguity and fostering precision. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is Odyssey, which means a long, exciting journey. An example of using the word is her journey from stage fear to confident public speaking was a true odyssey. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you. Back to.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dharmender. Now we have PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Chakravarty.
Hello Toastmaster and dear guests. As a PP for today, I will be keeping note of the following things. Keep your phones on silent mode. Refrain from the speaking on sex, religion, politics. Enter and exit only during an applause. Avoid crosstalk, especially when someone is speaking behind the lectern. I will give my report during the general evaluation. Okay.
Thank you all the role takers, and I'm so sorry somewhere it missed out, and today because my team is that, so I don't want to miss out anything. And now we'll move on to the prepared speeches. Before I invite the first speaker, I request Toastmaster Shreedevi to read out the project guidelines.
Our speaker is attempting level 1 project 2 of presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech that they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their expressed purpose statement with a well-executed speech. The member will present a well-organized and well-delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. All the best to the speaker, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreedevi. Now, we'll call out our first speaker. She is a life transformation coach with over 2 decades of experience in yoga therapy and philosophy, having trained over 10,000 people and conducted 50 plus workshops across India. She is also an international trainer and assessor in yoga, Pilates and NLP. She loves chai and enjoys gardening, reading, traveling and long drive. And with our speech title, A War I Didn't See Coming. With a thunder of round of applause, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Aparna.
It was early 2018. One evening, around 8 p.m., I was sitting in my living area when my daughter entered and she asked, "What happened? Why are you crying?" I said, "Nothing, beta. I'm not crying. My body is hurting so much that the tears are rolling out by themselves." That night was the beginning of the war which I didn't see coming. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and everybody here. Soon after, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, a condition where body feels the pain but world sees nothing. The pain is so intense and excruciating that it feels like an elephant sitting on your body and it just doesn't want to move off. Even a gentle touch felt like an attack on me. And when it started, it stayed for days and sometimes even weeks. But the pain wasn't just the problem, there was exhaustion. A kind of tiredness which even with a good night's sleep would not go off. On some days, getting out of bed felt impossible. Even simple stretches felt like I did an intense workout. Forget about doing handstands. For someone who had built her career around fitness and movement, this wasn't just physical pain. It felt like I was losing a part who I was. My career slowed down drastically. Not because I didn't want to show up, but because I didn't know if I will feel better very next day. So I stopped committing. Fibromyalgia. You don't just lose energy, you lose certainty. Even on good days, I wondered if I will feel this way tomorrow. Uncertainty started to scare me. I started to doubt myself, and it slowly started to chip away my self-confidence. I started cancelling on my plans, staying at home, slowly isolating from the world. It became a very lonely journey. And there was something else which I wasn't prepared for. Being strong wasn't enough. In fact, the more I pushed myself to get better, the worse my body responded. It was like the harder I tried, the longer it took. And that's when I needed help. Not from expert, but from the youngest family member, that was my daughter. There were days when I couldn't wake up on time, so she had to go without the lunch box. She didn't enjoy eating in canteen, but she didn't complain either. Then there were days when she would see me lying down on the bed. She would ask me, "Ma, let's wake up and let's eat something." After which she would walk with me for some time and then tuck me back onto the bed. And this was the moment where I wasn't taking care of her. She was taking care of me, and that was killing me. I was desperate to get better. She was just a child, and I don't wanted my pain to become her responsibility. But this wasn't just my journey. When I started to speak about my condition, people started reaching out to me and shared their experiences. And the experiences they shared was almost the similar: pain, exhaustion, and life didn't feel the same as it used to be. And what really stood out was that no one understood what they were going through, what I was going through. Imagine fighting a battle and having to prove that it even exists. What helped me was accepting that this is not going to go anywhere sooner. There was no quick fix. So I stopped trying to get back to who I was before and started to work from where I was at that moment. Some days just felt like, some days just meant getting through the routine. Some days meant sleeping a little better. Some days just moving a bit even when it hurt. Nothing big, nothing perfect, just small things. I learned to slow down. I started to live one day at a time. Slowly and steadily, things began to change. From sleepless nights to few hours of rest to today sleeping 5 to 6 hours in one stretch peacefully. On most days, the pain reduced, exhaustion faded, and for at least now a year, I didn't have an attack. This didn't happen over a period, over a week. It took years of consistency, patience, and the unwavering support of my family, especially my daughter. If there is one thing I hope you to take away from my story, is this. No battle, not all battle are visible. Not all battles are visible. And sometimes the strongest person you know are fighting a battle which you cannot see. Just like I was the night my daughter asked, "Ma, why are you crying?" Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. Now we'll move on to the second speaker. And before I call out second speaker, I would like to call Evaluator Toastmaster Shuba to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
The speaker is attempting Level 2, Project 2. The purpose statement of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how they use non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. Notes for the evaluator. During the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication. About this speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. Watch for the member's awareness of their intentional and unintentional movement and body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech is not a report on the content of the effective body language project. Thank you and all the best to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. So our second speaker is a BCom graduate, a chartered accountant and a CA executive. He is currently serving as the indirect tax chairman at KSCAA and is the co-founder of the Jinwani application, an author and an ex-Deloitte professional. His hobbies includes reading, learning new things and playing sports. And with his speech title, Ping Pong. With a thunder of round of applause, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Rahul.
Let me have a quickly show of hands. How many of you have played sports? Show of hands. Okay. Let us all travel to the journey, and I bet you all you will be on with me in this journey. Okay. I am talking, happy evening fellow Toastmasters. I am talking about one sport which transformed my life completely. Can you guess which sport it is by the name ping pong?
Table tennis.
Table tennis, yes. Why that sound came is very simple. The way ping pong, the ball how it pitches, based on that the sound came. Let me tell, before going there, there's something you should know, how this came into my life. I was in a place called Dharmender. There we had school. It had all kinds of facilities, but we were never allowed to use that facility. And one such was a shiny green table with two exquisite bats and an orange ball. But to my fantasy, I was never able to play that. The reason for that, because I didn't know how to play. Then coming down, when I came to Bangalore and I had opportunity to join a professional firm, to my surprise, I saw a green table again. And this time, I'm like, yes, I won't leave this. Because I was like, yeah, now my childhood dream will be successful that I can play here. What happened? In this enthusiasm, I went there every afternoon. We had a lunch break of 1 to 2 p.m. My only thing was playing TT there. In that kiosk, there were around 10 to 15 people standing, and to play a TT table, we had to wait for around 15 to 20 minutes to get one round. There was one expert standing there, where the way I held the bat, okay, and the way I was hitting, he told he laughed at me, and along with him, 5 to 6 other people laughed at me. That time I ignored, but it hurt me deep inside. Like, shit man, how can this happen? Shit man, how can this happen? There was the turning point. There was a turning point. I went home because during those days, my timetable was wake up at 5 in the morning and the day used to get over at 10. So I can't join in between any coaching classes for table tennis and all. So best learner is YouTube. I opened it. It showed me few different things. One is stance, how you should stand. Second is movement. Third is how you should hold the bat. It is like how you should hold it. Third, what is forehand? What is backhand? What is spin? All of these things I learned there. In this, after learning this, I was better in controlling it. But before that, I was not that good. When I compare that with my life, I would like to say it is very simple. If we hold bat very loose, it means we are in fear. If we hold bat very strong, it means we are in tension. And if the grip is just right, trust me, you are in control of that ball which is moving around. Similarly, in life too, we need not be very loose or very tight. It just should be a firm grip, that's all. That is something I learned from table tennis which changed. It didn't stop there, but as I went forward, there's something which came up. Spins. Spin is something in table tennis because when the other person was hitting, I was using forehand, backhand, but the ball was delivered either on this side or that side. It was never landing on the table. The reason for that is I was just smashing each of the ball in enthusiasm. The people there were frustrated because they had to run around to get that ball from there. Okay, they were like, you don't play this, you play later. Then came a twist. I thought it is not about hitting, it is about adapting it. When I started adapting it, that is when I was able to return that ball nicely to the other side of it. Similarly, life presents with life gives us different kinds of things. It can be our rejections, it can be failures, it can be something which is hurting emotionally. The way to move forward is just adapting it, nothing more. When you are in adapting it, you are in a rhythm. And once you come in the rhythm, there is a nice flow where you play a rally. Many of us who have played TT might know TT is not about a game which is about just hand movement. More than that, it is about feet movement. And this we fail to see. Similarly, in life, strength always doesn't come from power. I repeat, in life, strength doesn't always come from power, but rather it comes from something agility. Agility is movement. When you move, you are able to anticipate it and recover what is the next move he is making so that I can play. So in life also, we need something called movement and not just strength which is required. Encapsulating all these three things, trust me, I moved from a journey of mockery to mastery. And this mastery helped me defeat 200 people in my offices. Me with my partner, we were able to defeat any partner, the other side who came, only because of these principles. And 3 years we rocked in that TT table. From mockery to mastery, that is my journey. How is that possible? If I want to take one lesson from this to my life, very simple, don't wait for someone to mock you and then you master it. I would like to say one thing. You play any sport, in 6 months you have to reach to level 2. After next 6 months you have to reach to level 3. So in life also, if you are staying in the same level, it is like boring. Okay? And when you go to level 2 or next level, that's when you are moving towards mastery. And when I did this, there was a time when that pro player had come and I defeated him. That was like I felt very happy. But trust me, after defeating him, I realized one thing. And that thing is, it was not about defeating the opponents. Till then I defeated many opponents. It was about my self-doubt, which I had within myself, that I can't play this, I can't do this. But that day I realized I was overcoming my self-doubt. And with this, I would like to encourage you all to take up a sport, play it to the next level, because all the sports teach the same lesson, and I can bet you on that. With this, I hand it over to MC. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Now, we move on to the next session, that is table topic session. This is where we think on our feet, and if we make mistakes, that's okay. Because in Toastmaster, one sorry and one smile can save any situation. With that, I'd like to introduce our table topic master of the day. She holds a BCom from Jain College and PGDM in marketing from Symbiosis, along with a certification in learning and development. With over 20 years of industry experience, she is a skilled trainer in communication and leadership. Working across various industries and domains, her hobbies include reading, traveling, cooking, and dance. Please welcome our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Latha, with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for today, for giving exact introduction what I am doing right now. Thank you so much. Now, since our Toastmaster of this already explained what the table topic session is all about, I'll just directly jump into the session. My first topic for the day is, if a pretty woman comes to you and says thank you, a pretty woman comes to you and says thank you, what will be your reaction? What will be your reaction? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Madhu.
Yeah, a lot of words. Why would a pretty woman come and say thank you to me? Did I do something beneficial to her? But sorry, thank you. I think what I am good at is talking to people, and that's what people say in general, that I can strike up a conversation with anyone, anytime, anywhere, because naturally I'm curious, I ask a lot of questions, and for the other person it might seem a bit invasive, but I get people talking, and might seem like a big flex, but it is true. And I think if a pretty woman comes up to me and says thank you, I'd be like, thank you for what? So I try to maintain the conversation, go from there. And I don't know, I don't want to speak to pretty women who come and say thank you, because it just seems so out of place for a pretty woman to come and say thank you. So, I mean, in my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have thought that I'd be getting such a table topic, but here I am. I am a bit sleepy, I didn't get good sleep today, so I don't know what I'm saying right now, but pretty woman comes and says thank you. I'd be like, wow, you're welcome. So, yeah, I think it would be quite the odyssey for me, because, you know, it will never happen in real life. But interesting table topic, I guess, and I have to say thank you. Sorry.
Moving to the next topic. How do you express gratitude? How do you express your gratitude towards life? How do you express your gratitude towards life? I would like to call upon Toastmaster Lalana for this topic. How do you express your gratitude towards life?
Madam Tabletop Master and fellow Toastmasters. There are so many things to be grateful for in our lives. And I would say appreciating each moment in our life, even in a day, whatever happens to us in a day. Like, while most people do not have the, how do I say, luxury of good health, being in good health itself is something we need to be grateful for. we heard a speaker earlier speaking about the challenges she faced in her life. There are so many things we take for granted actually. So I would say good health is one of them, and our supporting families, to which we should always be grateful. And it is not very often that we say sorry and thank you to our families. Thanks to the MC for reminding us that we should do this more often, and we should inculcate this and be thankful for everything in our lives. For example, I am here today spending more than like maybe 3 hours here, and I am not at home. My spouse and my son are there. So actually our dinner time is around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I appreciate that they are able to manage without me on Monday evenings. So I'm really grateful for that and thankful to them. So like that, there are so many things. Not only that, like I'm grateful to be living in a place like Jayanagar, where I have access to parks, where I can go for a walk in the mornings. So and also my pet, I have a pet, and it's so relaxing to spend time with my pet as well. So I would like to appreciate all these things in my life. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Lalana. The next topic is, what will be your reaction? What is your reaction when you do not meet your parents' expectations? What is your reaction when you do not meet your parents' expectations? And this topic goes to distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara.
What is your reaction?
When you do not meet your parents' expectations.
Madam, topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to this. It goes back decades. My parents are no more for more than 2.5 decades. So when I was in college, I was playing literally from school days. I was dedicated to cricket, not just the lessons or the college or school learnings alone, but cricket was my part of my life. Say anything, 2 hours in a day would go to that. Whether it's a rubber ball cricket, tennis ball cricket at home, at 7:30 to 8 till my mother would call us for a dinner, we would be playing cricket inside the home with the lights on. That was the passion about cricket. So it went on from rubber ball, being captain to this street, that street versus this street. That was part of, I was living hardly 1 kilometer from here. And the tennis ball cricket used to be intense. Later on, some great test players came out from that tennis ball. So tennis ball cricket. That's the ambience that I grew up. That's another story. But the point is that somewhere around third year engineering, the focus on cricket was so much that one night when I was doing assignment at 11:30 at night, after playing cricket at between 2:30 and 4:30, coming back home, having some food and then starting assignment, working at 9:30, 11:30, my father came in and he said, what is your cricket scores? Are you a batsman or a bowler? That's the first question he asked. I said, I imagine myself to be batsman. What is your best score? I said 70 plus, and it was against good teams I was playing, because UEC is in the KSEL league at that time. And then he said that, what do you think, will you play for India? It was a very fundamental question. I said, no, I don't even consider in that level. Then he said, why don't you focus on studies? That is going to be your life. Because the previous mark sheet, I had to show it to my parents. In some few subjects it was a little lower. That's when he said that everybody cannot balance sports and studies. Very few can do it. If you are extraordinarily talented, I will encourage you. What do you think? Are you talented to play for India? I said no. Then focus on studies. That was a reaction I will never forget. And that was the kind of turning point, kind of spin that he gave. Because he himself was a good leg spinner. So he understood what it means to be that. And he just allowed me to focus in the other direction and made me what I am today. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara. Our next topic is, all my table topics are surrounding the term sorry and thank you. So you see a lot of these words coming up in my table topics. What does the term sorry mean to you? What does the term sorry mean to you? Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
Good evening to all of you. The madam said, what is it?
What sorry mean to you?
I want to tell you, I very rarely say sorry. Very rarely, madam. This is a true factor I am telling you. Because when I talk, it will have a weightage. Say you must talk in such a way, you should not offend the other matter. But just now I was talking to my independent director. I told him, what you say is not important, but how you say is more important. Sir, is it like this? No! No. No. So really, I learned a new lesson from my independent director. So that means where is the question of sorry if you think and give your speech. I never remember. There's only except those things when I entered the office when the other man says, why did you enter my office? Sorry sir. I that remember. Because I want to go and see an officer. I entered to his office, he used to say, why did you enter without my permission? Then I say so. That's all this thing. Be careful. Spoken words cannot be retrieved. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತಿರಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ದೀಪ್ತಿಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಲಿಂಗ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿ ಹೌದಲ್ಲದೆನಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿಯೊಳಗಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯದಿದ್ದರೆ ನೀನೆಂಥ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಯ್ಯ. ನುಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಡೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸಾರಿನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಬಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್. Have a watch on your words. That is most important in this thing. In my house, I don't remember if she becomes angry, I keep quiet. There is nothing like sorry or anything. I have not come across. Even in factory, I come across so many problems. I speak very nicely, very gentlemanly, and when you speak, it should not hurt the other man's feelings. That is this thing. So, my dear friends, talking is most important thing in your life. Be careful. Don't give a way for saying sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Now the next topic is, what will be your reaction if an auto driver in Bangalore hits your car? What will be your reaction if an auto driver hits your car? Toastmaster Ujwal.
This was about a year ago when I was on the on the rightmost lane, taking a turn just near my home. As I was making the turn and the signal was green, the auto driver on the left tried to take a U-turn. And you know how exactly it was? He smashed into the fog lamps of my car, breaking both of them. And with the police standing just in front, they did not even react. I immediately stepped out of the car, blocking the traffic behind me, and screamed at the auto driver, saying, "What did you do?" His reaction was exactly as I expected. He fled. I tried to call my father. He was busy. He didn't pick it up. I couldn't call my mother because she was at a doctor's. And I had only my sister sitting in the car, who was 5 years younger to me, and I had no other option. I talked to the police and the police said, "What do you expect me to do?" I drove my car, and that is when I realized that driving in Bangalore without dash cam is a no-go. That day I had two options. Drive home and be angry and take out my anger on anyone who spoke to me because I was frustrated. I had other events that I had to attend to the same day in the same car. And with two fog lamps dangling, I couldn't drive the car. And my second option was to stay calm go home, take my sister safely, and stay calm. Ladies and gentlemen, that day I learned my lesson. Your anger should be in a box, and that box should be dedicated to one person. Maybe that person today irritates me, maybe he angers me. The next time I talk to him, I will show my anger. But that anger is not going to affect my conversation with the rest of the world or with myself. Isn't that the only way to stay calm and maintain relationships? What do you say, Topics Master?
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. My next topic is, how can thank you be expressed in different ways? How can thank you be expressed in different ways? Toastmaster Sumok.
It's not the Shreyas.
My apologies. Toastmaster Shreyas. How can thank you be expressed in different ways?
Thank you can be expressed from like saying instead of thank you, you can say I love you. If somebody helped me, if my friend helped me to write my record, sure. If he helped me to write my record, I say I love you bro. Instead of telling thank you. I will say common. And by saying thank you, it's just other person's art, and he feels who is saying thank you like in different way. So this is not going to work in all these places. If a girl in front of me and I say instead of thank you, I love you, then she would thought something else. So here this meant that's what I said. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Shreyas. It was a very good attempt to get elected. My next paper topic is, you're unapologetic about 3 things in your life. You're unapologetic about 3 things in your life. What are they? Toastmaster Adishwar. What are 3 things what you're unapologetic about? Means you're not sorry about it. 3 things.
Not sorry about it.
Yes.
Madam Topic Master and fellow Toastmasters. So 3 things I'm not unapologetic about. Like I'm not sorry about. Okay. So generally I'm sorry about everything. Like if anyone hurts me and then then they tell sorry, I will forgive them. Okay, for a moment I'll be mad at them, but then I realize, okay, he or she would have done this because of some other reason, and they didn't do it personally or intentionally. So I would forgive them. But sometimes so when we were young, we would not say sorry or we would not forgive so fast. So this is a story about being in first grade. So that time the teachers used to make us sit one boy and one girl. So that was a very bad thing at that time. So, then I was sitting with a girl, and at that time, making paper rockets was a trend for boys. Just tear papers and start making rockets and fly around class and just play around. So I used to tear papers and start making rockets. This girl sitting next to me would take away my paper and start teasing me. I will not give you the paper. First time I let go. Okay, leave. Second time she did the same thing. I want her. Next time you do, you see, it will be bad for you. She took away my paper. And third time, again I tear paper and I give a stare at her. And this time she doesn't take. But as soon as I start making that rocket, she takes away my paper. And this time I did so badly. I didn't do it intentionally, but I went to take that paper. I had nails and I just scratched her hand. And that was so bad that it started bleeding. And she cried, going to the teacher, Ma'am, Adishwar did this to me. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get a slap. And I got a slap for the first time by a teacher. But then I came back, I realized, ma'am, what was my mistake? I told her that not to take my paper. She kept on taking. But the teacher explained me. It's not that how it works. If someone is troubling you, you would come and tell me, but you would not take any action. You're not that big person that you can take action. And she's a girl, small girl sitting next to you, your classmate, your friend. Like, friend, she's not a friend, ma'am. Look at her. Is she your friend? And then, for 5-6 years, we were in same class, and I was never sorry to her that, okay, sorry, I scratched your hand, because it was her mistake first. I never asked her to take my paper away. But then in 7th, again we were in same class, and this time again we were made to sit together, and we started talking, we became friends then, and then I was like, okay, sorry, because sorry, in first standard I scratched your hand and all this, and even she was sorry that, okay, I troubled you, now let's be friends, and now we are good friends. So yeah, that's my take. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adishwar. Now my next question, my next table topic. A pretty girl comes to you and says sorry. A pretty girl, first it was thank you. Now we are going to get a reaction on a pretty girl comes to you and says sorry. What will be your reaction? Toastmaster Malegiri Das.
So, a pretty girl comes to me and says sorry. So whenever you say sorry, whenever you do a mistake, you need to say sorry, because if you say sorry, it improves the odds of being forgiven next time. So that's how we need to say sorry. And to err is to human, so every this 10,000 years of recorded history of human civilizations, we have all erred, and then we are in this race where we are the superiors as compared to all the other human beings. So yes, to err is to human, and being and saying sorry makes someone, it takes their guard out of it. I mean, the people, if you want to make sure that the moment you say sorry and thank you, the people have all their guards against you whenever you speak as elders, as adults. So these two wonderful words may take those guards out of the people, and you and those people are in unison. You can start connecting with each other using these two wonderful words. So, and even and when a pretty girl says sorry, I would love to definitely say, okay, it's okay, no issues, let's have a cup of coffee and talk over it, what's the issue. So definitely, I really love someone say sorry, and if it is a pretty girl, more important.
Thank you, Toastmaster Malegiri Das. Now the second last topic for the day. They usually tell that in friendship, it's no sorry, no thank you. In friendship, no sorry, no thank you. What's your opinion on it? What's your opinion on it? Toastmaster Chakravarty.
So, dear Toastmaster, sorry and thank you in close circle. My opinion is like, it's not necessary to share our gratitude or apologies in only with these two words. We can say our thank you in many words, like we can say, I'm happy for that, I'm happy for you. And in many words, gratitude is very, very important. So we can say this in many ways, I can say. Same way, sorry. So when we are in close circle, so when we say sorry and thank you, it feels like it is very distant. Like on the road, when we are passing, if we made some mistake or if somebody helped us, we say generally sorry or thank you, which means sorry, thank you we use for everyone. And when the people are very close, we should make that very unique. So saying sorry and thank you we can avoid, but instead we can replace that in different way to the closed circle. Thank you. And sorry.
The last topic for the table topic session today. What does the term thank you mean to you? What does the term thank you mean to you? Toastmaster Dharmender.
Good evening, Toastmasters. The word thank you mean to me. To be honest, I really don't expect thank you from anyone. It's totally fine for me because I'm that kind of person. Like I have given more priority in life about understanding the people and things around me. I don't react, I respond. So because of that nature, I try to understand and figure out everything whenever anything happens without any expectations or reacting or anything. And I don't remember people saying thank you much to me because they know they are comfortable with me. They get total comfort with me. They can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. So yeah, it's the sense of freedom I'm giving to people. No need of saying thank you to me. Just be around me, and I'm here to understand the people. Thank you, and back to the floor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dharmender. I hope you guys had I hope this table topic session was a little exciting, where we were on the theme sorry and thank you, where everyone came out with different opinions, their mindset about these particular terms and what their opinions were. They always tell that table topic sessions are an odyssey from the chair where you're sitting to the lecture and coming back. And I hope this becomes more and more exciting for everyone. And I give the back charge to the Toastmaster for
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha, for conducting wonderful and interesting table topic session. Now, before moving on to the next segment, let's have some great time with each other and say a genuine thank you. And let's take a 10 minutes break. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the snacks and lemon tea. And maybe even practiced our little tea. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now we move on to our final segment, that is general evaluation. This is where our real growth happens. Let's accept feedback and implement. And to conduct our general evaluation, today we have a person who is currently working for Kelsa Tech Engineering, a retired by GM of Mecon with expertise in material handling equipments. More than anything, he is a founder of our own Mecon Communication Club. And also, to add on to my personal experience, as soon as he comes behind the lectern, definitely 100% we can make sure he can give that love or he can make others happy. And without much delay, let me invite our general evaluator of today's meeting, DTM Bhat.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. I really like it. Today there were no guests here. I think we'll straight away get into the general evaluation mode. As you are aware, the general evaluation is essentially a feedback session where we study and analyze what went well so that we can continue to do that, and where we could have done different than what we have been doing or what we did today, so that we can improve continuously over week after week. So let's get straight into the evaluation, general evaluation. The meeting started about 10 minutes late today because of certain circumstances. 6:25 the meeting opened and there was a president, there were 4 great announcements. There's something that like I want to share. One is regarding our division contest results where we did the waterfall podium finish. One fellow first, another fellow second, another third. There's something very great. And we got that distinguished club laureate and fast and fabulous for that also we got 5, we got it. And Vijay Upendra getting that pathway completion. Then an announcement regarding next week's speech roles also were there. So after that, the education session started at 6:30 p.m. sharp. Today what I really liked was the Sergeant-at-Arms presentation. First of all, it was a surprise for him itself. He got the information at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or something like that. Within a brief period, something I felt that his speech was something very original. It doesn't come from AI, chat GPT or whatever, it can't come. Because the way he took a take on sorry and thank you, based on the multinational companies and all that. How sometimes he did about that experiment about the group 1 and group 2, where sorry and thank you can be interchangeable. Where it's, thank you can serve, you don't have to say sorry. And you also used humor regarding the couple arguing about the sorry importance of that. And he went on about the importance of telling sorry. All in a matter of 2 minute speech. Very well knit, very well presented. Your energy level was good. Everything was perfect in order. I think we should give a special round of applause for the great job done. Then President took over. There were no guests today. So minutes of meeting, the honors was done by our Secretary Ujwal. And as usual, he did an amazing job. Let's give a good round of applause for the Before I proceed, so one problem I always face. My voice never comes down. Now I think it will improve when I speak. There were, before we proceed, all of you please fill up your best speaker and best tabletop speaker so that you are not influenced by the evaluations. Thank you. I think I have one. I meant we should use more often. Thank you and sorry. Okay. So let's get to the prepared speech session. There are 2 wonderful speeches today. I really like them. There was one level 1 project 2 speech with a purpose. He said title was A War I Did Not See Coming. It was delivered by our Aparna, Toastmaster Aparna, evaluated by Toastmaster Shreedevi. Can I have your evaluation?
Evaluator and Toastmaster Aparna in particular. I will be evaluating the speech today in what you excel at, areas of improvement and a conclusion. What you excelled at. The purpose was very clear, your challenges with fibromyalgia and how hard it is for yourself and others to understand. I think that came across very clearly. And it was a well-structured speech. Identifying the problem, discussing the uncertainty around it, and importantly, what you did to overcome it. So I really liked how you explained what is fibromyalgia to everybody, and also the uncertainty, right? Not everybody is able to identify the challenges that you face, and it's not a very common disease or discomfort that people have. So that is something that you brought an awareness with. And also, I really appreciate the body of your speech, very well structured, and the uncertainty, the feeling of helplessness, and in the conclusion, you had an honest appeal to the audience that not all battles are visible. So try to be more compassionate to everyone. So very well organized, and I also believe that you have a very good command over English language, very good pronunciations. There's a flow of thought, very clear thoughts and good writing style. So you met the project guidelines, there was structure to your speech and the purpose was very clear. So great job on that. Let's give her a huge round of applause. If I could suggest you some areas of improvement, number one is eye contact. Now when you're speaking about a topic that is so deeply personal to you, I feel like you could have avoided the script, right? Maybe if you had a few pointers, just noted down somewhere instead of continuously looking at the script, because that was somewhere taking away the conviction and credibility of your speech. Now this is something that you personally experienced, you're not narrating somebody else's experience. So I believe that if you had avoided the script or just looked at it maybe just once or twice, it wouldn't have taken away the attention, but that does not take away from the wonderful delivery that you've done, right? And another suggestion that to elevate your speech to the next level would be engaging opening, right? Now every story does not have to start with once upon a time, right? You started with early in 2018, it was 8 p.m, my daughter came and said, "Mama, why are you crying?" Instead of that, if you had something like a small role play, like you're sniffling, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It's my daughter. "Mama, why are you crying?" And then it hit me. The war has now begun, right? So that would engage everybody's attention and that would take your speech to a next level and hold the audience attention. Overall, I would say you met the project guidelines, very well structured speech, good clarity of thought, and if you practice more and eliminate the script and work on your opening, your speech can go to a next level. So all the best to the speaker and over to the general manager.
Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmasters Shreedevi. You are today really excelled as an evaluator. I really like the way you evaluated the speech, particularly the strengths of her speech today, as you saw about the purpose being met, the organization of the speech, how she narrated the helplessness of her condition, how she felt it and she brought it so successfully in front of you. All things you brought up. And what I really liked most was your suggestion regarding the opening. That was simply out of the board. Is it take to the next level? I think this is the lesson all of us to learn. You did a really great job in that, suggesting that. And particularly, ma'am, I agree with her comment regarding that losing of eye contact, because you see, when you are, I would have personally accepted that, expected that you will not see at all, because it's a personal story. So you should be very owning it and being able to present. And if you are still not very sure of that, you could have continued to keep the lectern here. The distance would have been much smaller and nobody would have known also. I would not have been able to see that you are watching the notes. It would have helped you. That's the trick I employ, at least I think, frankly. So there is one thing I could suggest. But ideally, please do not avoid this, particularly in very emotional stories like this. Emotional bond gets disturbed also, when you see here, and the eye contact is lost. But otherwise, I really thoroughly enjoyed the way you presented it. It's something eye-opener for me only. I didn't know about fibromyalgia. And your evaluation, ma'am, took it to the next level. Congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause for both the evaluators. Second speech was L2 P2 project. It was a title Ping Pong, delivered by Rahul Gandhi, evaluated by Toastmaster Shuba. Can I have your evaluation?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
And a special good evening to target speaker, Toastmaster Rahul. It was truly a relatable story as a table tennis fanatic myself. It was an inspirational story. You took us on this odyssey from not knowing anything about how to play table tennis to some beating almost 200 of your colleagues. So it's an inspirational story. Coming to the use of body language. So you excelled at your intentional neutral position, which was this. and you have a very natural way to add filler actions, which is these kind of gestures, explaining things. You also talked a bit about how you saw a YouTube video that explained about the actions, the forehand, the backhand, the spin, and even the scenario at Dharmender where there was a table and then there was a ball and a paddle. And even the motion for dynamic, this was a really good motion to make that come across. Coming to places that you can work on, I think overall you could have exaggerated the actions a little more. That would have been even more impactful, especially when you're talking about something like ping pong, right? So I have only myself in the room here, but if I say ping, pong, ping, that transforms everyone to a table tennis table. So your actions are very powerful. So you can do that, and even the point where you talked about the grip of the racket. So this is loose, this is very tight. It's like, but you need just the right hold. So this kind of contrast you can show a lot with your hands and body language. And lastly, I'd like to say that because you had your script in front of you, a lot of the unintentional body language was referring to your script, turning the next page. So those things can be avoided because that also takes away attention from the audience and becomes another unintentional action. And even for time, you can show time. You can one sport that I really like, or those kind of number actions, and like from mockery, like you can say mockery to like master. There's a lot of ways that you can put it all across and more powerfully. So overall, I would like to say that it was a good speech and a great gateway into the world of using body language. I'd like to suggest that maybe next time you can loosen up a bit before the speech. Maybe remove your coat if it was restricting you and just freely move your arms and assign an action, a specific action to what you're going to say and make it clean, forehand, backhand, so that it stays with your hands. Thank you and looking forward to more speeches from you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba, for that wonderful evaluation. But every time you come behind the lecture as an evaluator, I always look towards Shuba's evaluation because it is so meticulous. She goes into so much detail into that. Every point she meticulously notes. Her evaluation sheet must be going on to 2-3 pages. Every point she notes and she points out so very well. I really like the way you take that. You brought about her what she really liked about his speech and where you could have done differently. That you brought out so nicely. What are the different body languages, gestures you could have made it. A wonderful evaluation. I don't have any suggestion to make it except that we make it bit more flamboyant as an evaluator. That's the only thing I felt wonderful. And as far as Rahul Gandhi's speech is concerned, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's again a different level as his want is. He always does something, something different, something really great. I really liked it. Only thing my suggestion, Rahul Gandhi personally is, I told during the break also, it is a too profound subject. You are connecting a table tennis game to your life and the lessons learned and how it should implement. So that profoundness should have been brought out while connecting it. And that's the only thing, so that you could have done, that could have understood the importance of that. How you can learn life lessons from each of these movements of the, what are the life lessons you learn. That would have been brought about very well. Very nice. And only thing is that even the title also from instead of ping pong, probably could have done it mockery to mastery or something. Title, amazing speech, wonderful evaluation. Let's give a round of applause to both of you. Then we had a very interesting table topic session. Today there was no guest or already the master of ceremony explained, so he did not take the trouble of repeating the theme, what we learn, what is the explaining the table topic. Straight went to that. There were 10 topics, and all based on the theme of sorry and thank you. Initially, the only thing that came to my mind was the subjects looked very simple, but when you came here and lectured, it becomes extremely difficult. I really in fact, lost to know how these persons reacted to that. All the responses were above everything really good. I really liked them. But I don't know whether I would have done half the justice behind it, because it's all based on personal experiences, and whether it is pretty human or expressing, of course, you put him in a fix. Where is Madhu? Okay. Whatever it is. So expressing gratitude, or when you do a prayer, parents' expectation, look at that was them. Sorry, all the subjects were looked simple, but quite a challenge to reply adequately. That's what I felt. But what you did it wonderfully well, and you added to the theme from the beginning to end. So actually, the next person also has the previous speech. Also, you can take something from that. There is only disadvantage in that. But I really like the way you framed the questions also. Wonderful tabletop session, and you asked all the persons, non-vote takers, you are covered. Everybody has been covered fully. So wonderful job done. Let's give a big round of applause to our. Now let's come to the road takers. First, so we go to the R counter, Toastmasters stage.
This is my report. Toastmaster Darshan flawless, Toastmaster Apoorva flawless, Toastmaster Deepa flawless, Toastmaster Latha flawless, Toastmaster Madhu flawless, Toastmaster Lalana repeated word so many times, DTM A K Prabhakara flawless, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa flawless, Toastmaster Ujwal flawless, Toastmaster Adishwar flawless, Toastmaster Malegiri repeated word is so, Toastmaster Chakravarty 3 hours, Toastmaster Dharmender flawless, DTM A flawless. This is my report, and thank you for giving this.
Thank you, Shreyas, for that meticulous report. Now let's get the report from our PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Chakravarty.
So everything, the guideline was followed perfectly, so there were no words, unparliament words.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chakravarty. Now let's get the report from the timer, Toastmaster Adishwar.
Mr. General Evaluator and fellow Toastmasters. Meeting number 1365 commenced at 6:25 p.m. Business session, welcome by Sergeant Arms, time allotted 2 minutes, time taken 3 minutes and 35 seconds. President address, time allotted 5 minutes, time taken 5 minutes 18 seconds. Introduction to Toastmaster of Evening, time allotted 1 minute, time taken 43 seconds. Report on previous meeting, time allotted 2 minutes, time taken 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Deepa, time allotted 20 minutes, time taken 14 minutes. Prepared speakers, Toastmaster Aparna, time allotted 5 to 7 minutes, time taken 7 minutes 22 seconds. And Evaluator Toastmaster Shreedevi, time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes, time taken 3 minutes 24 seconds. Second speaker Toastmaster Rahul, time allotted was 5 to 7 minutes, time taken 7 minutes and 12 seconds. And Evaluator Toastmaster Shuba, time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes, time taken 3 minutes 30 seconds. Table Topic Master Toastmaster Latha, time allotted 20 minutes, time taken 25 minutes 39 seconds. Break time was time allotted 10 minutes, time taken 30 minutes. And general evaluation time allotted 20 minutes, 40 minutes and counting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adishwar. Finally, we get the report from the Grammarian, Toastmaster Dharmender.
Hello Toastmasters. Firstly, I'll go with good usage of English. Perfect blend of calm and energy. They are simple words yet very powerful. Every speech is a gift. Excruciating. Fibromyalgia. Not all battles are visible. Firm grip. Strength doesn't come from power but from agility. From mockery to mastery. Spoken words cannot be retrieved. There is no not so good usage of English. And in the last, we have only 2 Toastmasters who have used word of the day, that is Toastmaster Latha and Toastmaster Shuba. That's the end of my report. Thank you and back to you.
Toastmaster Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dharmender. I think all the role takers have done a fabulous job. Only a couple of suggestions. See, week after week you are taking up these roles. Everyone knows about what a grammarian role is, what is this. I will appreciate it if you are know the written script, whatever you got, you internalize it and tell it in your own words. What's the importance of each table topic, your grammarian's role or archonter's role, so that it becomes that much more effective and you are feeling it should be like a regular speech instead of just reading out from the book. There is only one suggestion I can give. Whenever you give a report and go back, just wait for the general evaluator over it to shake hands. This place should not be, this is your place, you have to keep it like that. Shake hands, then proceed to that. Otherwise, a wonderful job done. Let's give a big round of applause to all the evaluators. Now, finally, coming to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Deepa, I thoroughly enjoyed the way you conducted the meeting. The first thing is you have got that great presence behind the lecture, which I find is a fit for the master of ceremony, and you have got that booming voice. With my hearing problem itself, I could see this, so it's really good. That's how it should be, a really great thing. And your take on the theme also was very, very accurate, very nicely done. Why we adults don't say sorry or thank you because of the ego coming in the way. You brought it so very well. And what I really liked was the way you connected that theme of sorry and thank you to connection to Toastmasters. That is really very innovative, and you did an amazing job there. Very nice. If you can suggest some improvement for you, one area is regarding introductions. Generally introductions will become more powerful when you make it appear impromptu, although you know the speaker for last 1,000 years. So what I do is write that whatever introductions are there, you make it by heart, make it your own, and tell it in your own words what the introduction is. So that it becomes, the next is this, tell like that. That becomes more powerful. For that you got ample time, because when the one speaker is speaking here, you have got time to make the other introductions by heart by the time, or revise it. There's one thing suggestion I can give you, but an amazing job. I thoroughly enjoyed the way you did it. Wonderful job. I think she deserves a very, very big round of applause for the great job. Before I conclude, I've got some very many general points of observations I have made. The first thing is we have still not been observing the gavel transfer rules. I think today also we didn't follow it. Last time Toastmaster Shreedevi had suggested to you, it is really required. I would suggest that you always do it with the in a style also, in style, not as a ceremony it is. Hold it in like this left hand. Other person will take in the left hand and shake the hand and give. This the ceremony to be both the ways. While handing over to the master of ceremony, taking back to the. So this let us follow scrupulously from all the meeting. That's one suggestion I got. Another is when we give particularly for you, when you tell about number of clubs or whatever, you need to be accurate. Now 16,500 clubs you told. Actually they are not. Toastmasters has shrunk unfortunately. Now it is more than around 13,000 or something like that. So the best thing is to know, because it varies. More than 10,000 clubs, you can say that also is equally effective. So that you are very accurate and you are not doing that. So that's one thing. And and for all the speakers, for everybody, don't say thank you anytime. Thank you for particularly, I think you told at the end, thank you. It's not for you to say thank you, it's for us to, because you have presented such a wonderful speech to us. We have to tell thank you to you. So avoid thank you for all the, though in spite of what she told that we should tell thank you. I can tell thank you for the introduction, but not otherwise. That's one thing I am suggesting to you. And some common, way of referring, telling. First of all, avoid telling good evening. Every time you come in, you say good evening. So we are forced to tell good evening to them. It's not necessary. One sergeant at arms tells you good evening, ladies, and that's sufficient. That's the end of it. It's good evening for everybody. You have greeted everybody. You know each other. So that's good enough. So we don't have to repeat every time. That's one suggestion I can give. And also, we let us follow certain norms regarding addressing. Like for example, when you start when you address her, instead of telling so many things, always tell instead of happy evening or Yellarigu Namaskar, what my good friend is doing. So I can probably avoid it. Let us standardize on Toastmaster. She is a privilege of hers to be addressed first, because she is the Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmaster. Today the number guest, so only that much is sufficient. If it is some gentleman is there, Mr. Toastmaster. For her, Madam Toastmaster. Similarly, while ending also, you can simply end by telling Madam Toastmaster. That should be adequate. That is one thing I suggest. So why I am telling all these things is this sort of little things, this nuances, this formalities. This is what makes that club culture. That's what why people when they look from outside, there is such a formal meeting they conduct. And Toastmasters is a formal meeting. So let us follow the formal norms, so that certain etiquettes are followed, apart from what the parliamentary procedure evaluator or sergeant at arms is asking us to do. So this is one suggestion I can give. So otherwise, today's session, in spite of quite a reasonable strength, so I don't have anything else to add to. Yeah, I can talk about something about. Yeah, and again reminder to all the people, please do not leave the lectern vacant any time. Even after the table topic response, some people will simply give a table topic speech and then simply go away. No, they have to be here. The table topic master should come here, shake hands, then only you can leave. That certain norms you have to follow strictly, because that gives some elegance to the whole meeting. That's what I feel. So, but in spite of that, overall I find today's meeting was of a very high level. Particularly the two speeches I really thoroughly enjoyed. And yours was a very out of the way table topic session. That also I liked. Shreedevi's evaluation is really good. I liked even Shuba's also. So overall, meeting should be like this, irrespective of how many speeches are there or how many people are there. It's the class, it's the quality of the meeting that matters. And today it has definitely been a very, very good meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure most of you enjoyed it also. All the best to everybody. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Bhat, for the wonderful or insightful evaluation, I could say. As we come to the end of the meeting, let's remember the challenge I have given you. Does anybody want to guess how many times we use sorry and thank you?
83.
150. 150 altogether.
No, all together. I want the
83 thank yous, around 68 sorry.
Okay.
I think that much would have come in the table topics itself.
Yeah.
It will go more than Apurva should go.
Yeah.
I think the closest number, I think Apoorva said. Good job, Apoorva. I'll give you that post the meeting. See, these words, we didn't force it, but it has become very natural in our meeting. That is the power of these two words, sorry and thank you. These are simple words, but when we use at the right time, we can make our life simpler and relationship stronger. With that note, I hand over charge back to our President Toastmaster Apoorva.
today's meeting was truly an odyssey filled with thank yous and sorries. This proves that sometimes the simplest of themes is what every speaker can connect to behind the lecture, and today's meeting is an evidence for that. So a great theme selection by our Toastmaster, Toastmaster Deepa. I request every single person in the room to vote. I have received very few votes. Kindly vote. Has everybody voted?
A general evaluator has to vote.
Still I'm getting votes.
Topics, that's for sure.
So the AC stopped working, I think.
Gas is
Yes. Raise the complaint, right? You wrote something. You have to tell something.
old, but it will take its own time.
Then I'll take one more fan from hose and come from next Monday meeting. You have to put on fan.
Remove the, open the windows, and it will hurt the YouTube clarity.
I think they can. You can remove. You have an option of noise. This one.
Let's quickly get to the exciting part of the meeting, that is today's results. The best TAPG role taker is he's someone who's very prompt in taking TAPG roles, and this is it's evident with the kind of presentation he gives behind the lectern. It's our timer Toastmaster Adishwar.
When we clap now, mobile shakes and it comes in the video.
Best MTG role taker is when the theme is simple, everybody connects to it, and that's evident. It's the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepa. The best evaluator is, it's a very close tie between both the evaluators, but the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Shreedevi. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Ujwal. Finally, the best speaker is Toastmaster Rahul. With that, we come to the end of today's wonderful meeting, meeting number 1365.